Yeah, let's go. Let's go on to the finals. Shannon and Courtney, congratulations. Another minor premiership as well after a good win here at home. I guess, how are you feeling after that one?
Feeling good. It was a good game. Like, obviously, this last round's been weird with people sitting players out and all that sort of stuff. So they didn't have Kelsey Griffin, and we all know how much of a difference that she makes for Bendigo. But really happy. I thought we played really well in the first half. We looked pretty sharp. We obviously played them here New Year's Eve, and the way they defend us and all of that, we really struggled, and we've sort of talked a lot about that the back part of this season and dealing with the super helping stuff and everything, and I think we've finally started to figure out how to play against that and still generate good shots. So, really good to be able to get a win to finish the season and go into finals with some momentum.
What were you most impressed with tonight?
I think our pace of play on offense at the start, and then probably defensively as well. I thought we did a great job with. I think this last month of the season we've really improved on that end of the floor, and we're making it harder and harder for teams to score. And I think at the start of the year we were giving up so many just easy twos on drives and easy layups and things like that. And now our team defense has improved a lot, so we're able to take some of that stuff away. We've got the ability to change our schemes out of timeouts, and the girls are getting pretty smart with some of that sort of stuff and executing that. So, I think that's that was really positive today as well.
Absolutely. It's always nice when you've got a fairly decent lead and you're able to give, I guess, especially your DPs some extra time. But everyone in your squad got some minutes on the court tonight. That is always a bit of a good sign.
Oh, absolutely. And it's. And it's probably something we need to do more, is like be able to rotate a little bit more, not play our starters so many minutes and that sort of thing. And, I think it's been really good. Like, Dakota Crichton obviously came here. She hasn't played a lot this year, but I reckon the past 3 or 4 weeks, I've just seen a real shift in her in practice. Her ability to defend and her athleticism, and she's gaining more and more confidence on the offensive end as well. So it's good to be able to reward her with some time, not in junk time, where she's in meaningful minutes in that game. And she's someone that has, I think, developed really well here. So I'm excited to see what she's going to do moving forward. And then obviously Chloe Forster has done some really good things for us as well. So she's a tough kid and defends, and I think she's got some real offensive talent as well, and she's just continually getting better on that side of the ball too. So particularly those guys, good to be able to give them some meaningful minutes, and we're probably going to need at least one of them in the finals, if not both.
The crowd was pretty raucous, especially when Alicia Froling was fouled out there. Do you think not just your team but players right across the league will need to be a little bit, I guess, maybe just extra careful heading into the finals?
Oh, look, I think finals, it's always different. Usually seems like there's a lot more physicality in the finals. So we'll just have to, again, it's like any other game. You just got to see how the refs are going to call things and adjust. And if you get called for pushing or whatever it is, then you need to be able to adjust once you get called for that. And, our crowd are great, and they're always going to let the refs know what they think and all of that. But I think they're doing a good job, and honestly, it's on us as coaches and as the players that are out there to be able to make adjustments based on how the game's being called.
Beautiful. Courtney, how are you feeling after that one?
Yeah, really good. I think really excited to be able to celebrate another great Army round here, and I think obviously had a lot of people come out and play, and kind of like we said going into the week, obviously it didn't have a huge impact on the standings, but I think anytime people pay to come watch us play, and anytime we're celebrating the Army, obviously that means a lot to our club. So really happy we could come out and have a good win against a good team.
A similar question to Shannon, but what were you most happy about in terms of the team's performance on the floor?
Yeah, I think kind of from the start to finish, I think we just had good intent. I think it was kind of a bit of a strange game. I feel like kind of from Bendigo's side, obviously they didn't have Kelsey Griffin, so they were a little bit just shaped a bit differently. But I feel like from the start to the finish, we were really trying to just execute our stuff, and definitely had a lot of intent and really trying to prepare for finals. So I thought we did a really good job of kind of having a positive and beneficial game.
Another 18 points from yourself as well. You told us on Friday you were feeling really fit after some minor injuries. How are you, I guess, shaping up for the finals and ready to go?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good, and I feel like obviously physically feeling really good, and I feel like even mentally feeling a lot different to last year. I feel like last year was kind of the first final series I'd kind of played in. I was in the one previously when we won the championship, obviously just had a pretty different role. So I feel like just a lot more prepared, I think, for like just kind of the mental toll it takes, and obviously Shannon said the physicality that comes in playing finals. So kind of going into this one, I think just a lot more prepared and a lot more excited for the group.
How has, I guess, the season that this team and yourself have had prepped you, do you think, for what's to come?
Yeah, I feel like the last couple of rounds especially, I think we had a really tough win in Southside, and then we had a really tough win on the road in Perth, and I feel like kind of games like that are what prepare you for finals. I think kind of in the earlier year we were blowing teams out, but I feel like really in the last couple of weeks of the season, and even the last couple of weeks just being able to train at home, we've been able to fine tune things and being able to like win in a multitude of ways. And I think we had the super helper stuff tonight, and I feel like I didn't notice it, which like usually means that we're doing the right thing. So I feel like just preparing the group we were able to win against lots of different defenses, and yeah, just kind of hopefully play well each game.
Fantastic, Shannon. Southside here at home next Sunday afternoon. I guess what's the focus for the week ahead, and yeah, how do you look to prepare for that?
Look, I mean, the girls have to go off to the awards thingo tomorrow. So, you know, like, obviously give me a day to have a bit of a look at what we need to do, and you know, my assistants have one of them's been doing a bit of that sort of scouting stuff in the background, so we'll take a look at that tomorrow. And you know, it's just that balance between doing the work we need to do to be ready and be confident in what our game plan's going to be, and then obviously keeping the players fresh and making sure when we hit the floor, you know, next Sunday that we're feeling good and we've got the energy we need to play the way we want to. So you know, it's going to be a tough hit out. Like, Southside are a really good team. Christy's a great coach. We've had some really tough battles with them, you know, throughout the season, and they're a big team and physical team as well. So, you know, we're going to need to certainly be ready to play well, I think, if we're going to be able to beat them.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
Too.
Seb?
Hey guys, just Seb from AAP. Shannon, just kind of on Southside there. Obviously you probably had a big focus on this game this weekend, but just during the week, how much focus was there on Southside and preparing long term for that finals matchup?
Oh, like zero, to be honest with you. Like, you know, I think I learned a little while ago, like, if you're thinking ahead or you're not taking it one game at a time, then you're going to get beaten. So, like, we wanted to focus on playing well and getting a good win against Bendigo. And as I said, now we'll sort of turn our attention to the Flyers. We have played them 4 times this year, so we've seen them quite a bit. But you know, and they've done some things to us that have troubled us at times, and then once we figured those out, they did something else and that troubled us. So, you know, we've got some things to work out this week and exactly how we want to play this, but you know, I'll get into that, enjoy this today, and then get into that tomorrow, and then we'll get back to practice on Tuesday, and you know, and figure it all out.
And Courtney, obviously minor premiership, 7 wins in a row as well. The team's looking really good. Do you believe that you kind of do have all the pieces in the puzzle to go on and seriously contend and possibly win that title at the end of the season?
Yeah, I think kind of like the whole point of the season is to put yourself in a good position to play finals. So obviously we've won the minor premiership, so we've put ourselves theoretically in the best position. But I feel like once finals start, I feel like it's just like a whole new season and every team's kind of 0-0. So Southside don't care that we're minor premiers, obviously. So you're just kind of going into that game. It's all kind of starts over. So obviously you've got to be able to beat a really good team 2 times. So yeah, hopefully we can do that against Southside.
Awesome. Thanks. That's all I have.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Cool. Thanks, guys.